and today I want to share with you from First Samuel 17:41 through 51. Yeah, 51. This is my favorite Old Testament story. It's the Battle of David Goliath. Um, and there's actually kind of three parts to the story, so this is the latter half of the story, the actual uh, battle scene, if you will, of the story. And so let's start reading. Then the Philistine came in and approached David, and with the shield bearer in front of him. When the Philistine looked and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth and ruddy, with a handsome appearance. The Philistine said to David, "Am I a dog, that you come to me with sticks?" And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. The Philistine also said to David, "Come to me, and I will give your flesh to the birds of the sky and the beasts of the field." Then David said to the Philistine, "You come to me with a sword and a spear and a javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have taunted. This day the Lord will deliver you up into my hands, and I will strike you down and remove your head from you. And I will give the dead bodies of the army of the Philistines this day to the birds of the sky and the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel, and that all his assembly may know that the Lord does not deliver by sword or by spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you unto our hands." Then it happened, when the Philistine rose and came and drew near to meet David, that David ran quickly toward battle to the line to meet the Philistine. And David put his hand into his bag and took from it a stone and slung it, and struck the Philistine on his forehead, and the stone sank into the forehead, so that he fell on his face to the ground. Thus David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone, and he struck the Philistine and killed him, but there was no sword in David's hand. Then David ran and stood over the Philistine, and took his sword and drew it out of its sheath, and killed him, and cut off his head with it. When the Philistines saw that their champion was dead, they fled. So, what's so awesome about this story that makes it so great is that Goliath had been taunting the Philistine army for days. And the dude was so massive and so big that all of the army of the Philistines and even King Saul were afraid. They were afraid of a man. But David came in and said, "Yeah, you may come at me, but I'm coming at you with the Lord. You know, I will defeat you because the Lord is with me, and this will prove that the Lord exists. You know, the Lord is the God of Israel." And and just, and the fact that he already told Goliath as well, this battle's already over. You already lost, dude. It's just amazing. It just shows how much faith and belief and knowledge that David understood God's power. God will can defeat, or God, yeah, God will defeat any obstacle, any circumstance, any giants of your life, if you will. You know, and the story. David. Everybody knows the story. David slung his stone, hit the forehead, he fell, and then David ended up completing the job by decapitating Goliath with his own sword. And then, of course, the Philistine army saw this little boy destroy their giant champion, and they hoofed it. And of course, the Israelite army went after him. And then the story is that the Philistines were all dead after this army. But David knows exactly what needs to be done. One, you need to believe God. Two, you need to know God has your back. Three, God will not be defeated by anything. God's will prevail. So I hope you guys got something from that this morning. Hope get you a little bit excited. Little fight scene, I guess you will. But I mean, it's just all to show that God's already got everything under control. All you got to do is believe, like David, with undeniable faith, and things will happen for you, and you can crush your problems, your troubles, i.e., your giants. God bless you, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.